Welcome to the Out of Capes podcast for The Flash, Season 2, Episode 14, titled Escape from Earth 2. Out of Capes is a podcast focusing on CW's The Flash series and other TV series. I am your co-host, Stafa.
And I'm Eric.
And the way how the show is structured is we're going to have a discussion on the episode for this week, episode 14 of season 2. Then we're going to give it a rating and review it. And then we're going to close out the show. But for anyone who wants to stick around after we close out the show, we're going to talk about some spoilers. We're going to have some theories on things that's going to happen afterwards and all that stuff that some people might not want to hear. But if you want to, theorize with us or talk about some spoilers with us, stick around and we'll talk about that at the end of the podcast. So anyways, before we get going, I just want to do one quick disclaimer that all opinions expressed on the show are of our own and not of our employers, whether past, present, or the future. So let's get talking about Escape from Earth 2, aka Return to Mediocrity.
God damn it.
aka Escape from the Exciting Earth.
Exactly.
So anyways, this episode, I'd say it was primarily focusing on, even though it was the side story, I think a big focus was on Jay
Yes.
Garrick.
Yes. Or is he Jay Garrick?
So should we start talking about that first, or where would you like to begin, Eric?
Let's start there since you brought it up.
All right. So Jay, this was the side story of the episode, but I feel like this was the more relevant or the more important part of the episode, at least, where Jay is pretty much going through the hero's journey, like trying to get his speed back, using Velocity 9, which I'd like to talk about that later in the spoiler section, Velocity 9. How it's used in the comics.
Yeah.
But they had Velocity 8, Velocity 9, and he saved all three of those people from that building that was falling down.
Yep.
So were there just three people, or was he just that fast?
He's just that fast.
Just that fast. But yeah, so basically, like I said, going through the hero's journey, trying to get his speed back, become a hero again, getting used to having the speed powers again, and fighting Geomancer. Which Geomancer, how did he track them down at Star Labs?
I have no idea.
Like, he just appeared there and walked right in. Despite the beginning of the season, they said that they're gonna up the security.
Yep.
I feel like this show has short-term memory on its own rules.
Yep.
But yeah, he just walked right in. Didn't even explain how he found them, and just tore the place up.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yep. Caitlin stopped him with the leg brace on his neck.
Yeah.
I was aiming for his leg. Okay, good job, Caitlin.
Yeah.
All your leg shots are headshots.
Yep.
And yeah, and basically, I mean, at the end of the episode, Jay gets taken by Mr. Zoom.
Get taken / killed.
Well, the thing is, we're not sure if he's dead.
His hand went through his chest.
But yeah, his hand did go through his chest, but we didn't see him like as a dead corpse or anything. Like he was still living when he got sucked in.
How do we? Oh my gosh, Taka.
Hey, if they can phase through walls with their speed, I'm pretty sure they can phase through people without. If they phase through the walls without destroying the wall, they can probably phase through people without destroying the person.
Whatever you say.
But I mean, like, there is a chance he's still alive. I mean, this is a CW show. How often do they kill people? This is not The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, you know?
True. Or if they do die, how often do they stay dead?
Yeah. So, I mean, like they went through all this trouble to build up Jay becoming a hero again, just to kill him at the end of the episode. I don't think so. I don't have enough faith in CW's cast killing abilities to have him dead. I think it's just like a basically trying to have us on the edge of our seats, you know.
Yeah, the Felicity thing they did,
And what was that?
where they made you believe that Felicity was dead, and they did it right before the winter break, so you
Hmm.
had like 3 weeks of like wondering if she was dead or not.
Ah, yeah. So I'm not all that convinced he is dead, but yeah. Uh, though I saw that coming a mile away.
I did too.
Everybody did.
Like
It's
he was
like
standing right in front of the freaking thing. I was like, he's gonna grab out and do something.
for way too long. It's like not only was he standing in front of it, but he was standing in front of it for way too long, and the camera kept on showing him. Like it panned on him like what 3 times or so.
Yeah.
It's like this is a bit too obvious.
Yep.
And they just came through the breach saying Zoom is coming.
And then threw the bomb, and I was like, why didn't it explode like all the other times? It exploded instantly. This time it didn't. And I was like, it's gonna do the cliche thing where they have some kind of like wormhole and it's closing fast, and right at the very last second, a hand comes out and grabs someone and pulls it through.
Yep. Jay Garrick, you big dummy.
Yeah.
But anyways, anything else we want to talk about, Jay?
I mean, the man in the mask says it's not. Says it's not Jay.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that for a moment.
He
So the
goes
man in the mask.
because they said so. The Jay he's like Jay came to our Earth, and then he was like no, no. He just kept shaking his head like no, he didn't come to our. That's not Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So who is it, Staffa? If he's not Jay, then who is he?
So last week you said that the guy in the mask, man, let's call him man in the iron mask.
Yes,
He Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was just about to say that. Yes.
So he you pointed out that he's a black person because of his hands.
Yes.
Now a lot of people were arguing with me on in the comment section in the YouTube video where like IGN was like, "Oh, who can it be? Is it Henry Allen?" And or they said someone else, and I'm like, "Oh, Eddie. They're like Henry Allen or Eddie." I'm like, "Well, it's a black guy, so it can't be either of them." And like a bunch of people in the comments were like, "Oh no, it's a white person. His hands are just dirty." And there's they show the back of his head for a quick glimpse. It's obviously a white guy, which I didn't see that.
I didn't see it on the photo I sent you. Looks
Yeah,
like a black guy.
he looks. Yeah, his skin looks black. It doesn't look like it's dirty. Plus, they showed his hands multiple times throughout the episode.
Yes.
So I still am convinced it's Wally.
Yeah. Earth 2 Wally.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like
Who knows?
he was pretty upset about either he was upset or he was like saying that they're wrong when Barry said Jay is alive and he's on my Earth.
Yes.
But yeah, Barry left that dude behind.
I know. He said he was gonna come back.
He's like, I'm gonna come back when this is over. Nope, didn't come back. And not only that, but Barry did exactly what he said he wasn't gonna do. And that was before on the episode before they went to Earth 2. Barry told Harrison Wells that they can just close the breach and leave Zoom in Earth 2, but he doesn't want to do that because then he'd like just terrorize the people of Earth 2.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did. He left the people of Earth 2 alone with Zoom.
Makes sense.
Yep. Barry. I have a lot of gripe with Barry this episode.
Okay.
So first of all, like we just mentioned, or I just mentioned that he lied and did that, and also lied and left that guy behind. I was very confused as to why he cannot get out of that glass cage.
It's a different frequency.
That may I don't like. What does it even mean? Different frequency glass, different frequency. Like, what does that even mean?
What they're saying is that, like, the frequency he has to basically phase out at in Earth 1 is a different frequency in Earth 2. Kind of like how Cisco's glasses didn't work because it was a different frequency.
Yeah, but that was like his vibes or whatever.
No, those neural frequencies.
What do you mean by neural frequency?
Because it was sending like frequencies to his brain.
Okay.
And they didn't work in Earth 2, but Earth 1 they did.
Yeah, but like I don't get like why Flash can't vibrate fast enough to phase through glass in Earth 2 rather than, when he can do it in Earth 1.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
They're causing a conflict that could easily be solved, aka the whole Flash series.
I mean, like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I'm no physicist, and I kind of doubt that actually uses any real physics either, like what they're talking about. But to me, the average viewer, it doesn't make sense.
The thing is, to be truthful, Flash would be just overpowered for everything. He wouldn't have any problems because of his speed. So they have to come up with BS, kind of stupid ways to kind of limit him from just destroying everything.
Like to me, it seems kind of like a Superman mental block.
Yes.
Because like
Almost.
Superman has mental blocks where he doesn't want to use all of his strength because he's afraid of like destroying everything he touches.
Yes.
Because like like in the cartoon, the Justice League Unlimited, he describes it as he's a man living in a cardboard world or a paper world or whatever, and he can like easily destroy everything. So he has to like he can't use his all his strength.
Yes.
So he has to have mental blocks. And this seems like Flash trying to get over his mental block and use all the speed he can use because he has some sort of mental block that's preventing him from doing that. And the only way to break that mental block is for an even more beta version of Barry to tell him he can do it.
You gotta believe it, Barry. Believe it.
I climbed an icy cliff with my wingtips.
You gotta believe it. Believe it.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't know, like the whole time I'm just sitting here like thinking, why can't you just go through the glass? And then when the whole crew gets there, they're like, oh, we can't get you through this because what would he say, carbonite or whatever?
Uh, Carbine.
Carbine. I don't
Yeah,
even know what that means.
I don't either.
They're like, it's carbine. Okay. Like you got three of you, at least three of you guys have a gun. Shoot the glass.
I
Plus,
know.
there's a bunch of like levers and stuff on the side. They didn't even try pulling any of those.
I know.
Like, I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me. I'm just sitting here like, what the heck is wrong with them? Um. Oh. Um. Since we're talking about Barry, I want to talk about Barry too, real quick.
Sure.
He is like the attached girlfriend who who will follow the superhero into danger.
Yep.
He's like he's like, well, your father-in-law died, so I'm not gonna let you go alone. Oh,
Okay.
so you can die too, and she'll lose both of the men in her life.
Exactly.
The reasoning for them to allow Barry to come along twice made no sense.
It's more of like you can tell they just kind of like just to shut him up. They let him come.
Okay, Barry.
God.
At least Barry was able to pinpoint where Zoom is located within like not even a minute.
Yeah.
So obviously he has not even tried to do this until now.
Yep.
Because otherwise they would have known like forever.
Exactly.
And
I was
since
like waiting for like Cisco to say, "Can you give me that program that he was using?"
mhm,
So
man, what was I gonna say? Oh, so like this brings up the question of I mean, I brought it up last week, but why didn't they just like tell them right off the bat, from the beginning that hey, we're from another Earth. Can you help us?
because they didn't
Because
want
if
to
if
affect the timeline.
if they just did that from the get go, then Barry 2 would have found Zoom's lair and bada bing, bada boom.
I know.
Instead, Barry 1 has to be a punk and like fall in love with his not his mother
Yep.
and get singing Joseph killed.
Yep.
And yeah.
I love how none of them were bitter about that either.
Oh no, they didn't even care.
I know. Like, if I was Irish, I'd be like, so some fake dude pretend to be my husband, made out with me, and got my father killed. And he's like, acted like we gotta save him. I was like, I would be a little bitter about that.
Yeah. Yeah, what like the only one that was kind of upset was Barry too. He was like, "Oh, he got frisky with you? Oh, I'm gonna give him a word."
God dang.
um,
Irish is probably like, Coast is better.
I don't know. I mean, that would be pretty tough considering that he was very pushy. Like he was pushing her off of him like the entire time.
Yeah.
But either way, well, one last thing I want to talk about, unless you have anything else that you want to talk about. But this episode started off with Zoom looking for Wells, and like, how come Star Labs wasn't the first place for him to check?
I don't know.
It was the last place he checked.
Exactly.
Like he even went out to Kinko's and printed out a bunch of pictures of Harrison Wells saying "Where bring me Wells,"
I know.
and get passed it around the city. And then when he ran out of people to pass it to, he just like dropped the pictures from the rooftops and then burned onto the side of the building. Bring me Wells. Like, why was it Star Labs the first place for him to check? Is he that dumb?
I
Yes.
don't know.
Yes, he's that dumb. But yeah, anyways, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
You skipped over the lots of people in Star 2. Or did you kind of talk about that already?
Which stuff?
Right under the Zoom looking for Wells, it says lots of people in
Oh
Star
yeah,
2.
oh yeah. So I just put that in the notes because in Earth 2 Star Labs, there are people everywhere.
Yes.
How come we don't see that in Earth 1 Star Labs? Like that's the thing I want to see. I want to see like the random people. Like we don't even need to give them names. You know,
Yeah.
they don't even need to be recurring. I just want to see random people there just so it looks like there are people working there.
No one's working at Earth 1 Star.
Like who's keeping the place so clean?
I have no idea.
Like who's running the show? So like there has to be maintenance there, and like they talked about the security and
Robots.
everything.
Robots.
Robots. I don't even see the robots. Where are the robots?
They're
I
not
wanna
important to the
see.
storyline stuff. You don't need to see everything.
See, I just want to see random people. Like just you don't even need to pay.
You want to see Scruffy the janitor in the background just sweeping the floor?
You don't even need to pay for extras. Just have like the camera crew from the show from CW. Just like be like, okay, whenever you get a chance, just start walking around the background. That way, at least it looks like there's some people here. Put on a lab coat.
But no, they never show like the above the surface for a star. They show like the secret part of star that like where Flash is. That's the only part of the star they ever show, and the like the tunnel. Nothing else.
They've showed the other parts before, like where
At the very
when,
beginning,
but even then, they showed nobody. They've only
because no
showed
one wants to work for Star.
it's only Cisco, Caitlin, and Harrison Wells. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Like, just show me more people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I have the same issue with Agents of Shield as well. Like, it's supposed to be a big organization, and then like they'll only have like two people, like Daisy and Mac, and they're like the entire squad. It's like
Yeah.
where's the other faceless, nameless squad members?
Yeah.
I want to see more people. Just make it at least. It's supposed to be a big organization, so at least give me the impression it's a big organization. You know what I mean?
You just want like the characters that have nothing to do with the storyline, just in the background.
It makes it feel like the world is more fleshed out. Like there's more to this world. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want I don't want them to give a backstory to every character on screen. I don't. That doesn't really matter. I just want to see more people there so that it's a more believable world.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Get random people on the screen.
Stuff. That's what you gotta do. You try to become an extra in Flash.
That's it. Send me to Vancouver. Well, I mean, I guess I could do that in Supergirl since it's in LA.
Yep, you could.
I'll be the man.
Yep.
All right. So, anything else we want to talk about?
Nope.
Okay. So, overall thoughts and reviewing it. We give our review rating scale. It is out of 5 stars. 5 solid stars. We don't give half C's or partial stars. Just out of 5-star stars. I went first last week, so Eric, you can go first this week.
Okay.
How would you rate this episode?
I give this episode 3 Killer Frosts.
Oh, 3 Killer Frosts.
Yes.
I'll agree with you and also give this 3 wingtip shoes.
Okay. It just the episode was just the usual average for the season. It just wasn't. It wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing. It was just.
Definitely wasn't as good as last week's.
No.
Last week's was much better.
Yep.
Last week's was the best episode of the season. It wasn't a bad episode. It's just I'm getting tired of Barry. When is Cisco gonna be like the main character of the show? He's a cool guy. Or let's make Harrison Wells have Speed Force again. Make him the main character.
It's called Reverse Flash.
Yeah. Make him the reverse Flash.
The reverse of the Reverse Flash is
Yes.
the Flash.
No. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. Not much else to say unless you got anything else.
Nope.
All right, so before we go into spoilers, let's wrap things up for people who don't want to listen to spoilers. So if you enjoy what you've been hearing, you can support us by liking us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can leave an iTunes review. You can also contact by email. That's capes@outofcontinues.com. That is capes@outofcontinues.com. All those things I mentioned, you can find them on the website. That's www.outofcontinues.com/TV podcasts. Or you can go to outofcontinues.com and click on the link on the side that says TV podcasts. You can give me a tweet. I am at Saydstafa. That's at SAYEDSTAFA.
And I'm at emetzger712, EMETZGER712.
If you like video games, check out the Out of Continues podcast. It is hosted by me every week. Posts up every Monday. But with that said, I am Stafa.
I'm Eric.
And thank you for joining us. We'll either see you next week or we'll see you in a moment in the spoiler section.
Okay.
Vroom, vroom. Spoilers coming in.
Okay, Vin Diesel.
Vroom. You ready for some spoilers?
Yep.
All right. So, last week I said, as far as who is Zoom, we're confirmed that Jay is not Zoom.
Yes.
I think we're doubly so confirmed that Jay is not Zoom
Yes.
because we saw them together, or at least Zoom's arm.
Yes.
So there we go.
It's Patty.
Yep. Patty, the Patty Spivot, she is pretty on top of this.
Yep.
I like how Barry 2 had a big pause after he said she's pretty.
Yep.
Let's talk about Velocity 9 real quick.
Yes.
So you familiar with Velocity 9 from the comics?
Yes.
You want to explain it real quick?
Yes.
Sure.
Basically, Velocity 9 is this thing where it actually is what they've been saying Velocity 6 is in the show. It's like, but worse. It deteriorates your body, and that Vandal Savage actually created it. And Flash stops it, but all the people that were like addicted to it died from shock before like they can get them to the hospital.
Like didn't Vandal Savage like use it like a street drug and
street drug, and
got a bunch of thugs to have super speed to
and,
mess with Flash?
yes, and then Inertia used it when Bart Allen wouldn't let him have the speed when he's trapped in the Speed Force, but wouldn't let him be a speedster.
So do you think that this is going to lead to a bunch of random people having Speed Force, or is this just like an Easter egg and they're just calling it Velocity 9?
Easter egg.
So no possibility of an episode where a bunch of like gangsters are running around with super speed.
I don't know how Randall would get it though.
Well, I mean, I don't know about Vandal being the one, but somebody.
It looks like only Caitlin used it, and that's it.
I think there's possibility of an episode where it got into the wrong hands. Whoa. So next week, King Shark.
Yes.
That's the name of the episode, right? Just King Shark.
I think so. Which I find hilarious because like they asked him about King Shark. They said, well, we just don't have the money and the budget to do a whole episode on him. So that's why he put him in. And now they're doing a whole episode on him.
and the entire preview was basically like every single Jaws reference they can try to think of.
Yes, and also has Diggle for no apparent reason.
I mean, like they had so many Jaws references that they even changed the logo of Flash to look like Jaws.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Diggle.
Is married to Lila, and she now is the supposed head of Argus, but by the way, that's spoiler, so good thing we're in the spoiler section now.
We're in the spoiler section. That's fine.
Okay, because Amanda got killed, so she becomes the new head. So that's the only thing I can link to is King Shark is Suicide Squad. So, but I don't know why they would do a whole episode on him. It has to be so CGI heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, the weird thing is that King Shark on the Flash TV show looks better than Killer Croc on the Suicide Squad movie.
I know.
That's kind of sad.
I know.
I mean, they did get a big guy to play King Shark. I mean, not King Shark, Killer Croc. But Killer Croc is a character that should be
CGI.
CG. Yeah, like Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Very similar to that. So I don't know. That's just a tangent. But anything else we have that's spoiler section?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Any other theories you want to talk about?
No.
Who is the man in the iron mask?
I still think it is Wally.
I think it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
It makes sense.
It does.
Surprise! It's Earth 3 Joe.
Man in the Iron Mask is actually Hank Henshaw.
That works. Works.
Earth 9 Hank Henshaw.
Oh my gosh.
So he is Cyborg.
Do you know Hank Henshaw's in Supergirl?
Yes.
But he's not Cyborg Superman?
He's Martian Manhunter.
Yes.
Well, Earth 9 Hank Henshaw is not Cyborg Superman. He's just Cyborg. Victor Stone.
Oh my god. He's a cyborg of Cyborg.
Yes. Yes.
That's legitimate name, Cyborg.
Booyah.
Booyah. But it's like booyah.
All right. Well, I guess we ran out of things to talk about, so let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.